Good evening, everybody. This is my second full day in Mazamitla, and I'm loving this place more and more by the hour. Definitely get your exercise. We're up at 7,200 feet. This is a Pueblo Mágico, so this is number 4 for me. And if I was going to rank my 4, I'm going to be honest, it'd be a very rough decision between here and Ajijic, but I think that this town is going to come out ahead. I need more than a 4-night trip here, which I have right now, and I'm going back to Ajijic. I need a minimum of a week. I think I need more because my major goal is getting in shape and just hiking around and walking around this place. It's amazing, and the food's amazing up here. Accommodations, I got to figure out still that both Airbnb and the hotels I'm seeing, we're looking at like 1,200 pesos. I haven't yet found the 800 to 1,000 peso places. I think if there's a lot of cabins up here, like in the city and on the fringes, the forests are near. So I'd love to try to find a cabin for like a month and see if I can get one for, I have to guess, like 15 to 20,000 pesos. So I do have one English speaking contact here, so I want to talk with him about those feasibilities. For me, the upsides, there's no gringos here. After being out of Ajijic, it's just such a great change, and I mean, I don't mind being around gringos, but when there's more gringos, or just as much gringos as the locals, it just kind of takes it down a notch. But the thing about Ajijic, though, is you can carve out areas where it's not gringofied, and there are Mexican areas, and it's like the Plaza and the Malecon are the main spots to avoid if you don't want to be around gringos. So you just got to find the best of both worlds. That's why a lot of people like Chapala, the city of Chapala. It's more authentic Mexican, but it doesn't, for me, have the same nature. The lake, I mean, it has the lake, but it's a different vibe down there, and the all the mountains you have in Ajijic, and the streets are just magical. It's cobblestone, and the way the buildings are painted, and the trees and birds in Ajijic. As for here, I've only been in the central. I've been testing the fringes out. I did lose a personal item today. I lost it last night when I was out. I had a few drinks and I went to a bar and to a restaurant. And something I've had for 20 years. It's related to my hometown in Chicago. And I'm kind of devastated because it's one of my last prized life possessions I have. Because I'm a nomad and I don't have much. I only have a huge duffel bag, maybe at my parents' house in California. I have a couple boxes, but I don't have a lot for some of my age. I do have a car back in the States though, so I have that I own outright. So I think I'm going to sell that when I go back in March and use that money I sell the car with to maybe get a small motorcycle here. Or maybe an e-bike, but the problem is if you get like a small motorcycle or an e-bike, I'm going to need to be in one place. I definitely can see having an ATV here. This is an ATV society up here because of the mountains, and there's buggies, and there's like motocross is big here. I feel like I'm back in like 2002 with the motocross, and you can rent them, but it's like 600 pesos for an hour. You can't rent the ATVs by day and find a place. And I asked for the new prices, like if you want a new ATV, it's like $9,000 US. And these like Mad Max buggies that are everywhere up here are like 800,000 pesos, which is $40,000. So I'm gonna actually do a video on the vehicles here because it's so unique up here. It's so different. So this is like the main walking street that leads into the plaza. So I was actually in this area where I lost my possession last night. I went to everywhere and it did turn up, and of course they opened late, so I had to wait. The replacement cost was $750, but it's not a bar. Was pretty cool. I haven't not gone in there yet. There's another bar this is one of the restaurants I was last night. They're saying I didn't leave my hat here. The guy that was working's not here, so I'm gonna go back tomorrow when the guy was working and maybe ask. So I'm gonna keep going down the walking street. This next block, there's not a lot of places open in the day. It's mostly more in the night. So I guess this place gets crazy for festivals like Pake Pake. So there's the ATVs. So that's actually my Airbnb straight through there. Small, but it's growing on me because the location is just so easy. So there's all sorts of little shops. There's a coffee shop. This coffee shop actually, I think maybe the same owners were connected to the people who own my Airbnb. And a guy speaks English there. So like I said, I haven't ran to one gringo. I haven't heard English in 4 days, or 3 days. Got here on Wednesday in the afternoon, so actually I've been here 2.5 days. I feel like it's just so weird when you're a nomad. You just kind of mesh into the areas you go, and then you feel like you live there. And that's where I feel like I live here now. And I know that I'll go back to Ahihik in 2 days, and I'll go back to familiar places and faces because I have made some friends. But I do have my parents coming in. Oh, this place looks pretty cool. It's closed. So I got a killer like licuado, which is like a smoothie here today. It was banana. It was so delicious for 40 pesos. And there's some authentic Mexican food, tacos, other type of places on this row. So I'm gonna go get some footage tomorrow of me eating down here. I've been eating well here. It's really good restaurants here. Everywhere in Mexico. What's this? Green weed. All sorts of like CBD things. Yeah, I should do a video on cannabis in Mexico. I think a lot of people would be interested in what I have to say. There's different interpretations of the law that you can possess 5 grams or up to 1 ounce. But it got legalized, but they never like approved it. So it's just kind of stuck. Got all sorts of views on cannabis. I was in the cannabis industry for 8 years in the United States. And I was a cannabis event promoter in Seattle, Portland, and Tulsa, Oklahoma. And I did music and cannabis events. And I also did cannabis, like I had a publication, but I could never get it off the ground. Like the publication was in dispensaries. It's a whole long story for some other time. But that's kind of looks like it ends. The walking street goes more. I'm going to do a video just on the walking street, but you can hear me huffing and puffing, so I'm getting my exercise. But I appreciate it. I got one more full day here on Saturday. I'm really hoping I can go on a tour. I need to get into nature, and that's going to be the best way to do it. Where I can rent an ATV for $600 for an hour, and that'll let me visit more nature spots. So with that, have a great night. I hope you enjoyed the video, and check out, I got a lot more videos on Ahihik coming out over the next few weeks, and then I'll be going into Mazamitla, then probably back to Ahihik, and then maybe even back to Mazamitla. So I just like to focus on certain areas, and I got 4 months left of my visa, so I got plenty of time to see other places. But right now I'm just sticking to the concept of the channel is one Pueblo Mexico at a time, and just digging in and spending time and just finding why these cities or villages are designated that, because there are certain reasons why. All right, thanks a lot. Have a great night.